Hi there. My name is Fer of Fernando Televisuals. First of all, I would like to thank you for purchasing my architectural post-process class, and I assure you that you will learn a lot throughout the whole lesson. I'll teach you on how to achieve a raw render image from this into something like this and up to this point. I do hope that you will improve your rendering and presentation final output after the entire lesson. So now that we are inside the Adobe Photoshop application, the first thing you have at the top is the menu bar. These buttons are self-explanatory as you run through it. I know that we're not really going to use all of the buttons here, but some commands are going to be helpful in our next lessons. Next is the toolbar or the tool palette. This holds all your tools. These tools have the power to alter your image. You may also drag it in or out. Depends on your preferred location, but I prefer it like this. Next is the options bar just below the menu bar. Options bar is directly linked to your toolbar or tool palette, so whenever you select any of the tools, the option bar will change. Next is the panel bar. Now, we might have a different panel bar because this is fully customizable depending on the work that you are doing. Just click on this on the upper right, then click Essentials, change it like this, and if you can't find this button, you may find it inside the menu bar. Just click the menu bar and then Window, then select Workspace, then select the interface that you want or the panel that you want. Let's say photography. This is what I'm using. So let's stick with this first. Now that you have an idea, I will show you some tips and techniques to make your Photoshop life easier. Just click Edit, then go to Preferences, then select Interface. Just in case you want to change the color theme of the Photoshop interface, you may cycle through it. Me personally, I'm using the darker color because it's easier for me to see the colors and I'm focused on it when I'm using the dark theme. Next, select Performance and then adjust the Photoshop usage depending on your RAM. Now, I have 16 gig of RAM, that's why I have available 10 gig of RAM and ideal range of 6. But if you have lower than 16 gig of RAM, let's say around 6 gig of RAM, you might want to adjust it around 70%. But for this computer, I'm going to use 80%. So the higher the RAM usage of the application, the faster it gets. But it gets slower on the other applications that you're using. And then for the history state, this is very, very important because if you want to have a long range of history state, let's say you want to undo some of the work that you did 15 minutes ago, in order for you to go past and do a lot, you need to increase the history state. But the default right now is around 20, and you can't do anything about it. You'll get stuck after 20 undos. So what you want to do is to make it 99. So now that we have an idea, let's create a new canvas. Just click File and then New. Then go to Preset, International Paper. I'm going to select A3, then press OK. So every time there's a new canvas, it's going to get locked. So what you want to do and what you always want to remember is to right click on it, then duplicate the layer. You can edit it freely. Let's double click on this. Let's rename it Duplicate. So if you want to paint on the top of your canvas, just create a new layer on top of it by pressing this icon. So you have a layer on top of it. Let's go to the brush button right here and select the color that you want. Let's say yellow. I'm painting on it. Whenever you click the I button, it's going to get hidden. Let's say you want to create additional layer with different colors. Just create additional layer and then press the brush button again and then select the color that you want. Let's say blue. and another heart. Whenever you unhide this, just click the eye, then the yellow heart is not destroyed. So that's the idea of layering. It's like stacking a paper on top of each other. So you may also right click on top of the eye. They can change the color of the layer. Let's say this one is blue, and right click on this. This one is yellow. So it's easier for you to see what layer are you on. And it's easier also to organize. Always remember to check on this panel right here. Just click on it. Then make sure to click the panel options and see if the thumbnail size is on its biggest. Because the bigger that you have, the bigger the image will be shown on this. So let's try the smaller one. Then press OK. As you can see, the layers get smaller. But for me, my recommendation is to always put it on the biggest size. Now that we understand the layering, let's go on to explore some of the tools right here. So I'm gonna open an image. So let's choose this one. This was my thesis way back in 2013. So let's right click into it and then duplicate the layer because there is a lock icon right here. It means you can't edit anything in this part. So right click, duplicate, OK. You can also do Control J for the shortcut key. It is easier and faster. Now, the key here is to always remember your shortcut keys. Because the more shortcut keys that you know, the faster your work will be. And because of this, you can accommodate more clients and you can sleep more as much as you want. So yeah. So next, let's set up our panel option. So go to layer panel options and then go to thumbnail size and always set it into its biggest image. Because if you're going to set it into the smallest one, you can't see anything what's going on inside that layer. See, it's scaled down. But always set it into the biggest thumbnail size so you can see everything clearly. Next, let's create a new layer by clicking the paper icon or Ctrl-Shift-N, and then you can brush on top of it by the help of the brush tool or just press B, then select any color that you want inside the palette. So the power of creating a new layer on top is whenever we turn this off, it doesn't damage the main image. So you can turn this off and on, and then you can always explore the blending mode right here. Then you can select anything that you want. You can explore it, you can cycle through it. But my favorite effect is the overlay because it blends together perfectly with the image. Now, if the color is too strong, you can always decrease the opacity or the feel into your liking. So it depends on you and how you use it. So that's the power of layers. It's like placing lots of tracing papers on top of your image and then just pull it off whenever you don't like it. So let's just create a new layer and then go to brush and then select a color inside the color palette and a color that you want. But for this, I'm going to select purple. Then I'm going to paint on the side. So it feels like you're just painting on top of your image. Then you can increase or decrease the size of your brush by using your keyboard right and left bracket. You can also hold Alt key and then hold right click and then move your mouse up and down for the hardness and softness of the brush. You may also do hold Alt and then right click and then move your mouse left and right for the size. So for this, I'm going to use this one, then soften it a bit. Once satisfied, go to the blending mode and then select any effect that you want. But for me, I'm going to choose the overlay because it's my favorite. So it's kind of fun because it feels like you're just painting on your canvas. So that's the main purpose of the layering. You can turn this off and on whenever you feel like it. And this right here can also be seen inside the yin-yang icon. So it's all here. But I prefer to use it this way because There are logos and it's easier for me to understand what to click. Say brightness, you can increase or decrease the contrast. You can select the curves. So whenever there is a lever, you can just pull it left and right. It's pretty much self-explanatory. You can also explore it. So that's the basic of the Photoshop, and these icons right here will be tackled in our next lessons. So I hope that you learned a lot from this episode. I am very sure that you'll be surprised in your progress after the whole course. Thank you for listening and see you next lesson.